Hey, I'm Cornelius Wilson Brown III. I am the chairman of the Money Market Autopsy book. I'm the author of the Money Market Autopsy book, chairman of the Money Market Edge software company, also the lead instructor and founder of the Solomon Trading Institute. And I'm privileged today to have one of our star students. This is a star student spotlight. And we want to talk to Ricky Matthews. Ricky Matthews just became a funded trader, meaning that a prop firm has given him a certificate and they are allowing him to trade their money. So this is just a great accomplishment. And that's one of the things that we're able to do is to help put you in a position whereby you can use other people's money and make a lot of money yourself. So Ricky Matthews, welcome. How are you today?
Doing great, man. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak how I feel about this trading, and I'm glad to be here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, let's just jump, dive right into it. Who are you? Tell us who you are, where you're from, and tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you end up becoming a funded professional day trader? Like, tell us this story.
All right. I'm from New Orleans. I moved down here in Alabama in 2005 from the hurricane, and I fell in love here, and I know I wasn't moving back. I'm a professional truck driver. I've been driving since I was 21, almost close to 30 years. And when I first started driving, things was fun, everything was easy. And then time went by, things was getting harder, making up rules, making things hard for people to make money. And I was with a company, I'm not gonna say no name, I was with a company for like 20 years, and they ended up firing me for something I didn't do wrong. And I was at home, hurt, mad. Uh, Luckily that I wasn't even hurt financially, I had money saved, but me put in a position of stopped me from taking care of my family as a man. As a father, I didn't like that. So I'm sitting here at home by myself, and I remember a friend of mine had told me about day trading a couple months ago. And you know how you listen to a person, but you're really not listening to them.
Mhm.
So, and I kind of brushed it off. So I thought about it. I said, let me call my friend back and see if he's still in this day trade. Because at that point, I didn't want to be back in another company and have me in a position of depending on them or taking care of my family, and something like this had happened again. So I said to myself, Ricky, you need to put yourself in a position where you have total control of your money. Well, where you can create something and no one can take it from you, no one can tell you what to do. You have total control. And I remember a friend of mine said, told me about this day trade, and I said, it kind of popped my mind back up. So I said, let me give him a call. Called him up. I said, man, you still into this? He said, yeah. And he introduced me to another friend that was in it. He told me about it. And I guess he must have felt that I was serious about it. So he connected me with you.
Mhm.
And we was on the Zoom and we was talking about it. And what you didn't know, I was willing to do anything it take to change my life, to able to never put myself in a position where a company would fire me or lay me off or anything. I just wanted total control. So when I was talking to you, and as I was listening to you, two things went across my mind. I say, well, this man sure sound like he knows what he's doing. He's professional. I felt in my heart that you was giving me the information from your heart. I could tell that you was a professional day trader. I knew that you knew what you were talking about. And as you was telling me about how this worked and how that worked, something came across my mind and said that, Ricky, if you allow this man to teach you how this day trading work, if he willing to teach you and you willing to do the work, this can change your life. And I just felt something in my heart to go all in, And I'm like, I'm already out of a job, so I ain't got nothing to lose. So I'm like, I didn't want that feeling again. I didn't want nobody to put me in a position that could stop me taking care of my family. So
Mhm.
so I said, well, and I think that a person who told me about it, I trusted him. So when I talked to you, I didn't have my guards up, so I was able to really listen to what you say. And when I realized that I actually knew you were talking about, I signed up. It was a no-brainer. But when I did sign up, I sit down and I was honest with myself. And I think that when most people fail, they don't want to be honest with themselves when you're about to do something that you were never taught. So I said to myself, Rick, there's certain things you're going to have to do if you want this to work for you. Number one, I had to surrender myself to life. When I mean surrender, I must understand it's not gonna come easy, Ricky. You're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to put your heart into this every single day, because it's not gonna just drop in your lap. You're not gonna just pluck your fingers and gonna work for you. You're gonna have to really hump to make this work. Are you willing to do that? So I had to be honest with myself. Yes, I'm willing to do it. The next thing I had to understand, I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to go against my fear, because I'm about to do something that I was not taught in school. So you're gonna have to go against your fear, Ricky, and you're gonna get out your comfort zone. Are you willing to do that, Ricky? Yes, I'm willing to do that. All right. After I've done that, then you're gonna have to put this in. You're gonna have to figure out a way to start believing in yourself, because it's easy for a person to say it, but if it's not in your heart, you're not gonna act on it. So I have to figure out a way to activate my belief system. What can you do to make yourself start believing in yourself? Because you're the only thing because they're gonna get you over that hump. That belief is the only thing that can cause you not to procrastinate, not to allow your fear to make you think that it's not gonna work, because your fear gonna mess with you, Ricky. So since I knew that, I can't stop my fear from telling me what I can't do, but what I can do is ignore it. So all through the time when I was practicing, my fear would mess with me every day. When I believed it, I kept ignoring it. And that's one of the things that people fail. They allow their emotion to control them. You can't control your emotion and your fear into your heart, that fear gonna control your thinking. So I had to ignore it because I knew it was gonna mess with me. So what I did to activate my belief system, I kept saying every day, other people been doing this for years and making money. So if they can do it, so can I. I'm no different than anybody. I'm no different than you, Canaris. I'm no different than nobody else. If you can do it, the thousands of people that get in front of this computer and have complete control of money to take care of their family, if they can do it, so can I. I'm saying, what costs life to give them what they want, but can't give me? No, it doesn't work that way. So once I understood the truth of people action, then Ricky, you're gonna have to sacrifice like they did if you want results like them. So I knew, all right, you're gonna have to push it, Ricky. You're gonna have to put in a lot of hours. You're gonna have to practice, do this every single day. It's gonna be hard, but they're not gonna be hard for long. You gotta get over that hump. And most people do not want to go over that hump. They just want to go straight through. No, you got to jump over that hump. Once you jump over that hump and go all through all that pain and all that stuff and all that practice, sooner or later, you're going to get it. Sooner or later, you're going to get on that other side. But you got to be willing to jump over that hump. Most people not willing to jump over that hump. Most people not willing to be honest with themselves. So my main focus, the sacrifice, is the love for my children, to prove to them just how much I love them, to prove to them that I'm a real father, to prove to me that I'm a real man. And the only way I could do that is through action. That's how I do it. That's the only way I can prove to myself, through my action. So my action is the only thing that caused me to learn this, to able to learn how to make money, and it's the greatest feeling in the world. So my thing is, before I leave this world, I want to see how it feels to have control of money. That will cause me to practice for all the hours, even though that my fear had me believing that I will never learn. Or Ricky, you're a sixth grade dropout. There's no way you could ever learn this. But even though I believed it, I kept going. I have to ignore it. And just imagine where I'd be at if I'd have believed my fear. Just imagine where I'd be if I'd have believed it.
Man, this is a remarkable story. I mean, throw my questions out, man. This is really great. I mean, you laid down some things I want to kind of get into. So you said, so tell me a little bit about your education. We have in our group professors, people with doctorate degrees. We have people who have been vice presidents of companies and executive VPs and of companies, and we have people who have done some great things in terms of education. So, and I knew a little bit about, what you were telling me about, but I want you to kind of go into that a little bit, because for you to be, and I think you're managing with what four account, I think you're managing with about $400,000, right? Almost $500,000. I think you're muted out.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. So you're managing about 400,000 bucks, right? So now, and I heard sixth grade dropout. Now, working for a prop firm and managing $400,000 and sixth grade dropout, those two things don't go together. So kind of tell me a little bit about your education, your background, what happened, how did you overcome, I mean, this is a story, because evidently you put in a yeoman's effort to get to where you are in life. So kind of, talk to me about that.
Well, I wasn't uh, a person like to hang around the wrong type of people when I was young. So we used to always like to cut class, never go to school. So, and because of that, it affected me from learning. It put me behind. I couldn't pass my tests and all that because I wasn't serious about it. I was playful. I like to clown around. And I was always around the bad people, the wrong type of people that was doing wrong. So when I got older, I decided just go in and give it up. But the good thing about it, I had a strong work ethic. I didn't have no problem going on the job, work. So I always had a job, and that would help me. So when I got older, I was working for a grocery store, making minimum wage, and I'm like, I'm around the corner for being a grown man. So I got to figure out, I can't make it like this. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I think I was 20 years old, and he was telling me about truck driving. And when he said that, I'm like, he said, you don't need no education to learn how to drive a truck. You just know how to drive. So had a little money saved, went to truck driving school, went there, 21. I just hit 21 about 2 months ago, went in there, and, I put like, I think it was $2,100. And I said, if I get the people this $2,100, I'm gonna do everything it takes to get these CDLs. Because if you fail, you don't get the money back. So it had my complete attention the whole 6 weeks I was there. But the thing was, when I got them CDLs in my hand, I felt like I went from a young boy to a grown man. I said,
Mhm.
playtime's over now, Ricky. So it's time to get serious. I mean, and that was the greatest gift, man, because I was able to buy 2 homes, uh, things I could able to do. I would have never done working for a grocery store. But that was a breaking point for me to be able to grow up. So once I was able to do that, I never did let my education determine how my life would be. Never. It was always up to me. The only person who can stop me is me. If I'm struggling, it's my fault. I can't
Mm.
blame nobody. And one of the things that I learned from my grandfather, that you must be able to take responsibility of your actions before you act. Don't go
Mm.
through like doing it and doing it. And then when you mess up, you're coming up with excuses. No, fear caused you to do that.
Mm.
Responsible for your actions. So I always made sure that things in life, I made sure that I took the responsibility. I didn't complain. I just did it. But
Mhm.
as years went by, things was getting hard in the trucking industry. And
Mhm.
it was basically burned me out. So I say to myself, Ricky, since you know how to work hard for money, you need to figure out a way to work smart for money. That was always on my mind, but I never had the belief that I could do it.
Mhm.
Until I talked to you.
Mm.
And I just felt that in my heart that if I had somebody that do or walk the walk and talk the talk, yeah, a lot of people always do that talking, but never give you what you want, especially when you give them the money, then all of a sudden come in excuses. I wanted somebody that could give me what I want when I pay for it.
Mhm.
About this, really passionate about teaching me. And when I talked to you, I felt that in my heart. I felt that this man is serious about what he's talking about. So I mean, it was no brainer. It really wasn't. So I knew then it's up to me. That's why I say, Ricky, you got to be honest with yourself. You're gonna have to do what it takes to make. You got somebody willing to teach you. It's up to you now. And when I signed up, I went to work. You know,
So, 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 so you signed up. So, the price tag, I think at the time was $5,000. So how did you feel about, paying that amount of money, for something, where you may have been unsure on the other side, and that, the money is gone when you, and the only way to get it back is to trade, to learn. So how did that create some anxiety? How did that feel?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I truly believe that I'd be able to do it, giving up $5,000, it felt like I was giving up $5. It didn't bother me at all
Mm,
because I knew in my heart, I didn't know how long would it take, but I knew in my heart, Ricky, if you don't give up, you're gonna
mm,
get your money back. Once I believed it, I didn't have no problem giving it up. That's why that's why I got everything out the way. I got my license out the way. I paid for the software. I got my license. When I was in class, I had got all that out the way because
mhm,
I was in it. I was in it.
mhm,
So playtime was over. So it
mhm,
wasn't no nervousness. It wasn't no, oh man, um, I hope I don't lose this money. See, fear caused us that. Fear caused us because most people don't believe that they'll be able to take the responsibility to do the work to get the money back. So fear make them think they're gonna lose the money.
mm,
Well, I don't believe I could get it. I ain't had no problem paying it. So
mm,
that's why I decided to get everything out the way. So that way, when I finish my class and start live trading, I'm already got my license. So I could just go and start, I knew. So,
mhm,
so doing the work and putting the money up, nah, it was easy.
mhm.
I
So,
didn't I used my credit card to pay
mhm,
it. So
mhm,
well, I'm gonna just pay this credit card, but feeling nervousness, no. Absolutely.
mhm. So what made you feel without any, I know that you did, get your CDL license, but without any formal education, if you will, without any track record of, passing tests, taking tests, learning, comprehending, applying. You had not gone through that because you had not matriculated through, the standard system of education in our country. So what made you feel, yeah, and then not only that, I mean, you're at the top of the ladder in terms of skill. You make more than a neurosurgeon, a heart surgeon. You like there is no skill on earth that pays this amount of money. I think, when we logged on, you was talking to somebody else, and I wasn't listening to your business, but I heard you talking about making something like two and three and $4,000 a day. All right, so people don't do that, right? So what made you think I'm really just, we talked and everything as you go through. Was I teaching class when you came through? Okay, I was still in the classroom. Okay, all right. So but you guys whisked by, so
Yeah.
you know, but So what made you think, hey, I can do this? I can be more than a lawyer, a doctor. I can go all the way up to the top. I mean, I'm just curious to hear your thought process when you heard about this, talk with me, and then got in the, in the silent recesses of your own being, and you came up with this idea. I can, I can do this.
Two reasons. I looked at the opportunity of whole. I say, all right, this been in this world since 1913,
That's true.
right? In order for something to last this long, that means people have been making money for a long time.
Right.
Long.
You talking about the market, money markets.
All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I say to myself, all right, somebody gotta be doing something right for this to last this long. I'm not focused on the people that are losing money because I know it's them, it's the reason why they're losing money. I only focus on the people that's making money. So they gotta be doing something right. So a friend of mine want to say that if you keep messing with something every single day, sooner or later you're gonna catch on. I don't care what it is.
Mm.
If I'm willing to mess with this every day, I don't know when, but I know I'm gonna catch on to it. So I know it's gonna be hard, but as time go on, I don't care who you are. If you keep messing with something every single day, it gonna click.
At some point.
At some point, it gonna click. So since I knew that, I didn't really, it didn't bother me. Now my mind thinking is a little slower than everybody, but I knew I was gonna catch on. But I'm gonna tell you what really helped me. And this is what people have to know about y'all. I'm not thinking about the day trade. I'm thinking about the people that's in the school, that's the students. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When I was in Lamar class, and
Yes, sophomore class.
And after I got past David, went to Lamar, everybody in my class was catching on except me. And it was getting aggravating. And when he asked me, you got it? I didn't want to be the only person saying no and everybody else saying yes. So I'll say, yeah, I got it. But in reality, I didn't get it. So me and Lamar was talking and he could tell that I was getting frustrated. I said, man, I was telling him, look, man, I'm thinking catching a hard time and catching on because I'm a sixth grade dropout. And I'm trying my best. It's not catching on to me, man. So I guess he must have felt that I was thinking about quitting. It did cross my mind, but I wasn't thinking about quitting. So he said, Ricky, I said, I'm gonna help you out. Now, I didn't know Lamar at that time. So he said, look, let me take care of the business. I'm gonna get you back on the Zoom around about 5 o'clock in the evening. It'll just be me and you. And I'm gonna work with you until you catch on. So I said, all right. Got back on the Zoom about 5:30. It was just me and him. Now remember, I don't know Lamar. He completely stranger to me.
Right.
Well, so determined to make me catch on, he had me on that Zoom from 5 o'clock that evening all the way to 4 o'clock the next morning. Tell me
all night.
All night. And they had to go straight to training the next morning because school opened at what, 7:45?
6:45.
45. So he didn't get no rest.
Wow.
He didn't go to work, no rest. He said, I'll be all right. This is not the first time I did this. I'll be all right. And that made me feel real. I had so much respect for this man. Nobody never done it before. So I used that as a armor to keep going. If my fear tell me don't do this, I can't stop. I can't have a man believe I'd waste all his time. Twice. Oh no, I would never have him even believe I'd waste my time with this man. Never. So I use that as going.
Your why. You had a why, as they say. As they say.
Oh, why? I mean, man. So at that time, when I realized he was a real cool person, I said, I need this man to be my friend. So about 2 months later, we became friends. So the passion that y'all have, man, that's what people need to see. Don't worry about the day trading. Just see what y'all do. Once a person sees your passion, about how hard y'all tried to get people to learn this, oh, they gonna jump on it. So that's what really drove me to passion.
Mhm.
So I had a person that taught me everything, the how to download the stuff. It wasn't just about day trading. He taught me everything.
Mm.
And no, talking about give up? No, sir.
So let me make sure I understand. So prior to us, you had never placed a trade before, you had never bought a stock before, you had never been engaged in money markets before, you didn't know a candlestick from a baseball stick, from a matchstick, you didn't know anything. And you went from zero to not trading over $500,000.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's crazy. So you said something that triggered me and made me think the word fear. So talk to me about fear when it comes to this. Now, me, by the grace of God, I was a economics teacher, political science major, and I've been doing this for years, and to me, it's just numbers. It's just, oh, this is a stage. This is how markets work, and if you do this, it's just academic, right? So, but for you, there was a fear, and I imagine for others, there's a fear, and I would imagine that's probably why people, say this is a scam because they're really afraid, and it's easier to say it's a scam and not look at it again. Is that what you think you're thinking too?
Because here's the thing. Um, when a person cannot control their emotion, and when fear into your heart, if you cannot control that emotion, that fear will control your thinking. And your
Mm,
cause you to think that it's gonna be too hard and this and that, and it'd be much easier for a person to come up with excuses why I can't do it without taking that leap of faith. So fear is the reason why people's not getting what they want. Just think about how we are in life. You got certain people can take life on and get whatever they want. Then you got certain people in life that's struggling. Why is there a difference? Why is
mm,
that a human being would do something that knowing that it's gonna be hard on, knowing that life gonna be struggle, knowing that they could go to jail or commit a crime, lose their life, do all these crazy things, they already know it's gonna happen before it happens and still do it. Why would a person do that when you see other people making it, taking responsibility to take care of the children, to go out there, know how to break a crime and still provide with the family, make money as they want? Why certain people do this when certain people do wrong? Because the people that are doing right is not allowing their fear to control them. They love themselves more than love their fear. They love their children more than love their fear, and they
mm,
action. But when I see other people doing wrong, they use white man holding me back and this and that and this and all and they ain't high and this and that. How is that when you see other people doing it? So
mm,
why are you using that as an excuse? Because you're trying to satisfy your fear. People love their fear more than love their self. And
mm,
they don't mind struggling. They don't mind going out and breaking the law, knowing they gonna lose their life or go to jail. They don't mind getting on drugs when they already know drugs gonna take them down. This stuff been in the world before we was born. So why are people doing this on purpose? Because they allow their fear to control them. So when fear into me, I ignore it. I just look at the people that's doing right. I just look at the people that's making it. So when I enter this arena with this day trading, even though I had never seen it before, I believe that other people have seen this before and never seen it before and made it. They got, I don't know how many people, but they got 1,000 people that's making money. I'm not the first person that never seen this before and made it. And I know they wasn't their first time seeing it before. So I knew that even though I'm starting at the bottom, if I keep messing with it every single day, all the spare time that I have put into day trading and I mess with it every day, I already knew I'm gonna catch on to it.
mm,
That's how it went. You got to put it in your heart. You have to truly believe that you can do it. Your belief is the only thing that will cause you to go against your fear. Your belief will
mm,
act on you. If you don't believe,
mm,
you're not gonna act. Let me
mm.
give you as an example. You're a pastor. You believe in God. It's in your
Period.
heart. in your
Period.
heart. Because it's in your heart, you act on it. And all I gotta do is pay attention to what you do. Your action
Mm,
means that you're a pastor. So when
mm,
you tell me you're a pastor, through your action, you telling me the truth because your action telling me that you believe. Not what you're saying.
mm.
Action speak the truth. So I gotta act on my belief through this. So the only reason why I got a $400,000 account because of my action.
Mm,
Period.
your actions.
My action.
Now, you said something like about being honest with yourself. How now tell me a little bit about what you were talking about there, being honest with yourself.
And it's easy for me not to be honest with you, but
Mm,
it's not easy not to be honest with myself.
mm,
If I really want this to work, if I really want to see how it feels to never have to worry about money through my children, Rick,
mhm,
be honest with yourself. What are you doing that can cause you not to make it? What is you
mm,
that could cause you to make it? So
mhm,
Rick, one of my weakness is I'll give up on things. I'll get in and I'll pull back.
mhm,
I test it out, then I pull back. I
mm,
know that if I do that, I'm not gonna make it work. So I say if I be honest with myself, Ricky, the weakness that you do, you're gonna have to stop.
mm,
If you procrastinate, you're gonna have to stop, Ricky. If
mm,
you look at stuff and you're not into it, you're gonna have to stop if you want this to work.
mm,
So being honest with myself, the things that I was doing that caused me not to get it, I had to stop. So I had to make that decision. Are you willing to stop to make this thing work, Ricky? Are you willing to stop procrastinating like you've been doing in order to make this work? Once I'm able to be honest with myself, not honest with you, but honest with myself. I have to open my heart and be honest with myself because this is my lifestyle you're talking about. This is what everybody want. Everybody want to able to never have to worry about money again. But are
mhm,
you willing to take the responsibility to get it?
mm.
Once I was able to be honest with myself and willing to do it, then things change for me.
Man, that is good stuff. Being honest with yourself. So honest with yourself, assessing your weaknesses and your strengths, building on those strengths, seeing those weaknesses, and then attacking those weaknesses. Man, and that takes courage. That takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of sacrifice too, to do that as well. So man, that's good stuff. Well, we'll wrap it up. Tell me, you know, if you were talking to someone who was thinking about this, this is a ministry. You mentioned I'm a pastor for 25 years, and now I have my own ministry, and I serve on a team, serve team at my church, but um, if and so it's ministered to me, and sometimes I feel like um, that people think that they can't do it. Why can they do it? And what's special about us? If someone asks, okay, well, what's so special about them? Because there are people over there teaching trading, people over here teaching trading. I mean, you're inundated. There's an amalgam of people. There's a plethora of programs. Okay, well, what make us different?
All right. This is what I believe. I believe that God already give us the tool to take ownership of our life. He already give it, which is called belief.
Mm,
We use fear, some people use pride, ego, hate, but God give us the tool that we need to create a life that however we want. He
mm,
already he already did his part. It's up to us to use it. Most people do, most people don't. So if I talk to a new person and never seen this before, I have to be honest with them. Number one, this is something that you were not taught in school, so your
mm.
fear won't mess with you
Automatically.
automatically. This is something you can't control. The only thing you can control, you can ignore it. You're gonna have to ignore every time your fear tell you why you can't make this. Even if you believe it, you're gonna have to ignore it. You're gonna get in that front of that computer, even when you don't want to trade. You still gotta do
Mm,
it. You're gonna have to get out your comfort zone and you're gonna have to go against your fear. You must understand it's not gonna come easy.
mhm,
You're gonna have to sacrifice. You must understand that before you start doing it. And
Right.
you complete it, cool with it. You gotta be, all right, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard it is, I'm gonna keep going.
Mm.
Right. Then you gotta figure out a way to activate your belief system.
Hmm.
How much do you truly love your children? How much do you truly love yourself? How much willing to sacrifice in order to get it? And the only way to prove it to yourself, you got to act on it.
Mm.
The body is nothing. The true image of a human being always comes from our action, never
Mm.
what we say. Never what we say. So our action is the only key ingredients that we could get what we want. Action eliminate problems. Action eliminate money. Action could prove to your spouse or your children that you love them. Action is the only thing to prove to God that you believe in Him. Faith without action is dead.
Mm.
Action is the key. Action is the only key.
Mm.
The only way you could act on it, you got certain things you got to do. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to get out your comfort zone. You got to go against your fear. You got to put your life on this. Do it or die. That's how you got to feel about this. This is you will get the full benefit of this if you go through these things.
Mm.
You gonna feel so appreciative about yourself once you make it. You
Mm.
gonna your confidence will go to the sky. You will be unstoppable. The way I
Yeah.
talk now, I never talked like this when I first started.
Right.
I was, I was quiet. I was afraid because I'm still learning. But look how I'm talking now.
Yeah. $500,000 to do that though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me I don't know how to trade.
Yeah.
Greatest thing about it, no one can take it from me.
My.
No one can tell me I'm fired. No one can lay me off. No one cannot control me and tell me, oh, Ricky, we don't want you to make no money this week. No. Every responsibility in this is under my control. This is my
Mm.
greatest feeling in the world because now I can give it to my children.
Wow.
It's great.
This is awesome. This is awesome. There you have it, folks. This is Ricky Matthews. I'm Cornelius Wilson Brown III. And I believe that it's the will of God that you prosper. If you think that this is something that you want to look into, I really, really encourage you, to go to our website and just kind of look around, kick the tires, and book a call, and so we can kind of talk. So, Ricky, I'm so proud of you. I know everybody. I know your children are proud of you. I know everybody at your church are proud of you. I know everybody's proud of you. And this reminds me of I'm sure there's some people like this. There's a story in the Bible in the New Testament where Jesus was on water and Peter was on the boat, and he asked Jesus, "Can I come?" And he said, "Yeah, come on." And he started walking on the water. The most ironic part of that story is not Peter walking on the water, but what's the most ironic part of the story to me is that the people who stayed in the boat, they were clapping for him as he walked on the water. And so I imagine that there's some people in your life, they're clapping for you, but they're still broke, but they're clapping for you.
Right.
And my prayer is that you are an inspiration to those who are around you, that, what, our United States government is great. And I know people talk about it, the partisan divide and things of that nature, but when you look at it, to be a part of a country that will allow you to choose what part you want to play in the economic system. You can be a W-2 wage earner. You can be an entrepreneur. You can be a consultant. You can be a skilled laborer. You can you can be whatever you want to be. But for us to have the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? I want to provide the liquidity for all of the companies. I don't want to work in any of them. I don't want to work at any of the companies, but I want to move money around so that the companies can do their work. And that's what basically we're doing. We're liquidity providers. We're providing liquidity. And so I'm so thankful to our government that allows us to do this. So listen, man, it was a real joy talking with you. I look forward to going on the road with you as I go and do the Word of Wealth conferences. So hey, listen, man, I tell you, it's just great. Is there anything you want to say to the world before we go?
Something real quick and short. I tell people you know, you are stopping you. Look at life, well, if other people can do it, so can you. You just do the belief that you can do it.
Mm.
Get that belief in your heart. The same way you believe you love your children and you
Mm.
will act on it, you're going to use that same action to make this work for you. You just got to, and once it's in your heart, nothing, no one in the world gonna stop you from getting
Mm. Yeah. Well, hey, listen, come on, be a part of what we do, the Solomon Training Institute, Money Market Edge. We don't trade, we win, we kill. We put you in a position to do some great things for your children and your children's children. Again, it's the will of God that you prosper. Have a great day. Thanks, Ricky.
it. Thank you.